Hello friends, welcome to video lecture on engineering mechanics. In the today's session, we'll learn about the numericals on parallel force system. So let us start. First of all, we'll see what are the different steps involved in the resultant of parallel system of forces. Up till now, we have discussed about the resultant of concurrent force system. Okay. Let us see the steps involved in the resultant of parallel system of forces. Now this is the two steps in front of you. In the first step, since a parallel system, the forces are directed in one direction only, they can be simply added up using a sign convention for the sense of the force, that is R equals to summation of F. Okay, let us consider this is actually a example of parallel force system. If you just see here, if you add all the forces by considering the direction of these forces, either force is acting vertically in downward direction or upward direction. According to that, we have to select the sign convention. Okay, for if the force is running vertically in upward direction, you need to consider that force as positive. If the force running vertically in the downward direction, you need to consider that force as negative. Suppose the force is in horizontal direction, okay, then you need to consider that force. Now suppose we take the case of horizontal forces. If the force is running towards the left side, okay, you need to consider that force as negative, and if the force is running towards the right side, you need to consider that force as positive. Means here, by simply addition of all the forces by considering the sign convention, we can get the resultant force. Then next step is very important one. You have to locate that resultant force. Okay, so location of the resultant force forms an important step. The point of application of the resultant force is found out by using the Varing-Nernst theorem. So in the previous lecture already has seen what is that Varing-Nernst theorem. Okay, so how can I apply that Varing-Nernst theorem to solve the problems related with the parallel force system? Let us see. Now here is the first problem. Determine the resultant of the parallel system of forces. The problem is given like this one. It consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forces. Okay, so separated by a certain distance. Also the magnitude of the every force is given. So this is the parallel system of 5 forces. So I can get the resultant force. So resultant, as per our previous discussion, resultant is nothing but addition of all the forces by considering the sign convention. Now here, whichever the forces running vertically in upward direction, you need to consider that forces as positive, and whichever the forces running vertically in the downward direction, you need to consider that forces as negative. Now in this case, if you just see the 200 Newton force with us, okay, first of all do one thing, redraw this diagram for the answer. Already this diagram is drawn here, okay, like this one. Redraw this diagram as it is. Now here, just see in the first step, by considering the direction of every force, we can get the resultant force like this one. So here the 200 Newton force with us, consider the negative sign for the same. Similarly the next one, 500 Newton force with us, consider the positive sign for the same. Next one, this force acting vertically in the downward direction, means you need to consider this force as negative. So here minus 350 with us. Next one, 150 Newton force act vertically in upward direction, consider this force as positive. Here the 200 Newton force acts at the particular point in vertically in upward direction, consider this force as also positive. If you just solve this, we can get the 300 Newton. Now what's about this one? R equals to 300 Newton we can get after doing the calculation. Okay, now it is very important to locate this result R. For that, just here mention one the line, location of the resultant force. Okay, let the resultant force be located at a perpendicular distance d to the right of the, here the 200 Newton force we have considered towards the right side of this one. Our target is to locate that resultant point. But if any information given in the problem, according to that you need to do the location for the same. If no any information given, just let us consider the, you have to locate that resultant force with respect to this one extreme left side force or extreme left side point. Okay, so here is the our assumption. let the resultant force be located at a perpendicular distance d to the right of the 200 Newton force. 200 Newton force is here. This diagram is drawn here as it is. Okay, so perpendicular distance we assume here. Let us see once again here. Let the resultant force be located at a perpendicular distance d to the right of 200 Newton force as shown in figure. Okay, so let A be the point on the line of action of 200 Newton force. So here is the A point about which you have to locate this resultant force. Okay, this resultant force is located at some distance. I'll just say this distance is nothing but the d distance. Here whatever the line written, okay, that line we can just explain with the help of this diagram. Now just see in the next. So this is nothing but the Varigny theorem. You have to locate that resultant force by using the Varigny theorem. So here the summation of moment of all the forces about any point. So here the A point we have considered equals to moment of the resultant force about the same point. Now look towards this one, left side. So in the left side, summation of moment of all the forces about any point. Okay, this point is written here. So you have to take the moment of all the forces about the A point. For that, look towards the diagram. Now see here, the first force is here, 200 Newton force, this one. So the line of action of this force passes through this point. Either you consider this force or neglect. Okay, if you consider the line of action of this force passes through this point, means the distance becomes 0. Okay, now let us focus on the next force. So 500 Newton force with us, separated by how much distance? 3 meter. You have to take the moment of this force about this point by considering the sign convention. Okay, so which sign convention? So here is the sign convention. You want to take the moment of any point about force of moment of any force about the any point, then you need to consider this as sign convention. Okay, if that turns about the point in anti-clockwise direction, you need to consider that positive. Okay, that is positive, and in the reverse direction you need to consider that force as a moment of that force is nothing but the negative. Okay, now just pick up one by one force and take the moment of every force. So let us focus on this one, 500 Newton force. You have to take the moment of this 500 Newton force about this A point. Okay, now tendency of this 500 Newton force to turn about this point in which direction? This one in anti-clockwise direction. For anti-clockwise direction you need to consider the positive sign. So what's about the distance between the line of action of this force and the point about which moment is to be taken? 3 meter with us. So 500 multiplied by 3 will come there. Okay, so after this if you just see the next force with us, whose magnitude with us 350 mm. The tendency of this force to turn about this point in clockwise direction. For clockwise you need to consider the negative sign. Okay, so 350 multiplied by a distance with us 3 plus 4.5, that is 7.5. Now see how this actually written here. Now in this way we can write that moment 500 multiplied by 3, a distance with us minus 350 multiplied by 7.5. Similar case with the remaining forces. Now you have to take the moment of this one 150 Newton about this A point. So what's about the distance? 3 plus 4.5 plus 2.5. Okay, 7.5 plus this one 2.5, 10. So tendency of this 150 Newton force to turn about this point in this one in anti-clockwise direction. For anti-clockwise you have to use the plus sign. So 150 multiplied by this distance will come. So what's about the next one? 200 Newton. 200 Newton, the distance between the line of action of this force and the point about which the moment is to be taken. This distance with us 3 plus 4.5 plus 2.5 plus 2 means here 12. Okay, so 12 multiplied by this one or 200 Newton multiplied by 12 will come. Okay, so after this you have to equate whatever the moment of all the forces with the resultant force. Okay, so take the moment of this resultant force about this point. Tendency of this force to turn about this point in which direction? This one in anti-clockwise direction. Separated by how much distance? D distance. Now see this step already written here. So 300 multiplied by D. If you solve this, you can get the 9.25 value for the D. Now hence here the resultant R lies at a perpendicular distance D equals to 9.25 meter to the right of A. Suppose if the value for this D after doing calculation come as negative, then instead of the position of that resultant force towards the right side of that point A, the position will come towards the left side of that point A. Okay, in this case our assumption is here we are just considering that resultant force lies towards the right side of that point A. Okay, and this actually comes a positive, means our assumption is correct. Okay, so you have to draw the diagram at last for the resultant answer in this way. With respect to A point, we know this distance. After doing calculation, we get D equals to 9.25 meter. At the same time, magnitude of this resultant force is also with us. So R equals to 300 Newton. So let us move towards our next problem on the same topic. Here in this case, find the resultant of the parallel force system. The system is given like this one. So it consists of 100 Newton force, then 200 Newton force, then 100 Newton force, then 200 Newton force. Okay, separated by 2 meter distance. Then if you just say our target is to find out the value for the resultant force and as well as its location. Okay, so this is the parallel system of 4 forces. So simply you have to add all the forces by considering the its direction. So R is nothing but the summation of, you have to just use this sign convention, whichever the force is running in upward direction, you need to consider that forces as positive, and in reverse direction you have to consider that forces as negative. Now focus on the first force. Here the magnitude for this 100 Newton force is negative. Similarly, the magnitude for this one will comes a negative, for this one plus, this one plus. Okay, so if you solve this, you can get the value for this resultant force as 0. The resultant force is 0. Since the resultant force of the system is 0, the resultant will be a couple. Okay, so already you have seen what is the meaning of couple. So we know couple is nothing but 2 forces separated by certain distance acting on any system separated by certain distance, that will form a couple. 2 forces separated by certain distance. So couple is nothing but it is the special case of the parallel forces. Okay, separated by certain distance, equal in the magnitude but opposite in the direction, that will form a couple. Okay, now we'll take the moment of all the points about the point A. Our target is to get the value for that moment. If you just see in the previous problem, we have solved for this one to get the distance value. So in this case, if you just see the whatever the Varinger's theorem written here, summation of moment of all the forces about any point equals to moment of the resultant force about the same point. Now in this case the resultant value becomes 0. In this case the resultant value is 0, means if you apply this Varinger's theorem like this one, what will happen? The resultant is 0, means you need to do calculations for only the magnitude of this one. So how much magnitude will come? That is nothing but the moment of couple. Okay, so if you look towards this one, to find the value of the couple, taking the moment of all the forces about any point, here say A point with us, you have to take the moment of all the forces, this force, this force, this force, as well as this force about the same point. If you just see the line of action of this 100 Newton force passes through the same point, means the value for that becomes a 0. Now take the moment of this 200 Newton force about this point. Okay, this step we are discussing about this step. Okay, summation of moment of all the forces about this A point, first point. Now focus here, you have to take the moment of this 100 Newton force about this A point. As the line of action of this force passes through this one, just neglect this force. Now focus on this one 200 Newton force. The tendency of this 200 Newton force to turn about this A point is nothing but in clockwise direction. So for the clockwise direction, give the minus sign here. So what's about the magnitude for this force? 200 Newton force with us, multiply by distance with us 2. Okay, so what's about the next one? 100 Newton force is here. The tendency of this 100 Newton force to turn about this point in anti-clockwise direction. What's about the distance? 4 distance with us. So 100 multiplied by 4 will come here. Next to this 200 Newton force with us. The tendency of this force to turn about this point in anti-clockwise direction. Separated by how much distance? 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6. Okay. So in this way I can get the magnitude for this summation of moment of all the forces about the A point. Okay. So after doing calculation, we get the value for the same as 1200 Newton. The plus sign indicate here the tendency or this one, whatever the magnitude for that moment of the couple with us, that turns about a particular point in anti-clockwise direction. Why in anti-clockwise direction? Because of here the positive sign will occurs after doing the calculation. Okay, so here clearly mentioned positive value indicate the moment about point A is anti-clockwise in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so this indicate the anti-clockwise direction. The moment of all the points about that okay, moment of all the forces about the A point is nothing but the 1200 Newton meter. So let us discuss about the next problem. Okay, so here is the next problem. Determine the resultant of a coplanar parallel forces as shown in figure and locate it with respect to O. Radius of the circle is 2 meter. So problem is given like this one. So in this problem, if you just focus here, 150 Newton of first force with us, that makes an angle 60 degree. Sorry, if you just join that line of action of that force, I'll just see here clearly. If I just join the line of action of this force by here dotted line or construction line, then this makes an angle 60 degrees. Similarly this one, next force. You just see this force with us in parallel direction. Okay, in horizontal direction. Okay, so what's about these angles? These angles are nothing but only here the construction lines shown here. That lines will join with the center of that circle. Okay. So here the 60 degree angle is given here, the 30 degree angle is given here, 30 degree is given here, 45 degree angle given here. So this is the case of system of 4 parallel forces, and for the parallel force system we know the resultant R is nothing but the summation of all the forces. Now just see here, first force with us, next force with us, next force with us, next force with us. See the direction of every force. Okay, and write it here every force. So 200 Newton force here considered as first one. This force is running towards the right direction, that's why this force is considered as positive. Now next one, 90 Newton force running in reverse direction towards the negative side, means you have to give the minus sign for this one. Next one is here 150 Newton force running in negative direction, so you have to give the minus sign for this force also. Next one, 100 Newton force with us running in negative direction, that's why you have to give the minus sign here. So what's about the value of R? 140 Newton will come after doing calculation. So here we can get the 140 Newton minus 140 Newton, or we can write this in this way, R equals to 140 Newton. This arrow indicate this force, resultant force running towards the right direction. Okay, now our next target is to locate that resultant force. For that step, let us assume that the resultant force is located at a perpendicular distance d above a point O. So here is the point O. In the previous cases, we have assumed that the resultant lies towards the right side of that particular point. Okay, but whenever the parallel system comes, then parallel system of the forces, when all the forces are running in horizontal direction, always consider that was the positive side of that particular axis. So here is the y-axis. So this resultant force, if you just see the resultant value with us 140. Okay, so here the resultant force, all the forces are in the parallel direction, means this result also in the which one? Result also in horizontal direction. Okay, for initial assumption, just let us assume that the resultant force is located at a perpendicular distance d above of this point, above of this O point. Now use the Varigna's theorem to get the value for the distance. So what's about this one? The moment of summation of moment of all the forces about any point equals to moment of resultant force about the same point. So this I indicate here for the moment when take in anti-clockwise direction, that is considered here positive. Okay, sign convention is shown like this one. Now in this case, just focus on the one by one force. So what's about this one? First force is here 200 Newton force with us. the tendency of this force, now be careful after this. So O point is here. You have to take the moment of this 200 Newton force about this O point. Okay. So here in this case, very important to take the perpendicular distance between the line of action of this 200 Newton force and the point about which the moment is to be taken. That can be more clear to you here with the help of this picture. So 200 Newton force with us here, and here is the O point with us. Okay. You have to take the moment of this 200 Newton force. This one 200 Newton force about this point. O point is here. Now this is the perpendicular distance. This is the perpendicular distance. So what's about this perpendicular distance? From this diagram, already the construction line is given here. That will joins with the center of that circle. Okay. So here the 30-degree angle with us. 30-degree angle is given. Means what's about if I do the construction here like this one. So here we can get one triangle. So what's about angle here? The opposite of this 30, here we can get the 30-degree. Okay. So if I consider this triangle, just focus on this one, 3 dots. First one is here, second one is here, and next one is here. So if you consider this triangle, this angle with us 30-degree. So what's about this side? This side we can get in this way 2 sin of 30. Why 2? Because the radius of this circle is given 2. If you consider this line, okay, if you consider this line, if you consider this line, okay, so length for every line is same. Why? Because every line indicates the radius of that circle. Okay, this is the important point. Okay, so what's about the vertical distance? If you just focus on this triangle is nothing but the right angle triangle, and in the right angle triangle if I use the sine as trigonometric function, okay, so what's about the sine of 30? Sine of 30 is nothing but the front side. So front side, our target is to get the value for this front side. If I assume that front side as any letter here, suppose a distance, I assume here. Okay, so sine of 30 is nothing but front side divided by what's about this one? I put this one. What's about this one? Radius with us. So radius with us 2. So what's about the vertical distance? This one 2 sine of 30. I hope this actually clear to you. In the same way, if we just focus on the other forces, the distances can be analyzed by considering the small triangle form here, right angle triangle. Similar case with this one, similar case with this one. So here in this case, we can get the 2 sine of 30. Okay, this vertical distance. For this, we can get the 2 sine of 60. Similar case with the next one, 2 sine of 45. Remember, we are just doing the analysis for the vertical distances, and here as these forces are in the horizontal direction, keep these forces as it is. It is not necessary to resolve these forces. If any inclined force available in the system, then and then only you need to resolve that force. This case is related with the parallel force system. That's why only distance is taken into consideration. Okay, so as per our assumption, we have considered that R above of this one O point, here is the R, and this is nothing but the distance. You have to find out this distance. Okay, so if you look towards this one, the position of the R is here. Here is the d distance, and here is the all forces. Okay, so by using the Varigna's theorem, summation of moment of all the forces about any point equals to moment of resultant force about the same point. Okay, now focus on the first force. First force is here 200 Newton. So what's about this distance? This distance, you have to just consider the vertical distance here. You have seen that point. Okay, you need to consider the distance between the line of action of this 200 Newton force. You have to just take the line of action of this particular force up to the perpendicular distance. Where we found the perpendicular distance, up to that point you have to extend the line of action of this force. Okay, this is the perpendicular distance between the line of action of this force and the point about which the moment is to be taken. Okay, so what's about this distance? 2 sine of 30 with us. So here, what's about this one? 200. You have to take the moment of this 200 Newton force about this center point. Okay, like this one. This turns about this point in anti-clockwise direction. So what's about this one? 200 multiplied by 2 sine of 30, like this one. So what's about the next one? 90 Newton force with us. The tendency of this force to turn about this point in which direction? This one in again anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so what's about this one? 90 multiplied by 2 sine of 30. Why 2 sine of 30? Because the perpendicular distance between the line of action of this force and the point about which the moment is to be taken, this is the perpendicular distance. Okay, so here the 2 multiplied by sine of 30 is written. Okay, similar case with the next one. 150 force is here. The tendency of this force to turn about this point in which direction? This one in, again in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, now say what's about the perpendicular distance between the line of action of this force and the point about which the moment is to be taken. So what's about the perpendicular distance? Here is the perpendicular distance, 2 sine of 60. That's why this step is written here, 150 multiplied by 2 into sine of 60. Okay, the tendency of this force to turn about this point in anti-clockwise direction. That's why the plus sign is given. Now the focus on this 100 Newton force. Extend the line of action of this force at the back side in this way. So we can get the perpendicular distance between the line of action of this 100 Newton force and the point about which the moment is to be taken is nothing but 2 sine of 45. Okay, now take the moment of this force about this point. This force turns about this point in which direction? This one in clockwise direction. For clockwise direction you need to consider the negative sign. So what's about this vertical distance? From this geometry, we can just say here is the 45-degree angle is given. So opposite of this one is nothing but here 45. So we can get here right angle triangle. So in right angle triangle, we have use here the sine as trigonometric function. Okay. So what's about the vertical distance? 2 sine of 45. Okay. Now you have to take the moment of this 100 Newton force about this point. Already this distance with us, 2 sine of 45. So what's about the force 100 Newton? The tendency of this force to turn about this point in clockwise direction. That's why the minus sign is given. So 100 multiplied by 2 sine of 45, and you have to equate this with the here is the right side, moment of resultant force about the same point. Here is the resultant force. We assume this resultant force lies at a perpendicular distance d. So take the moment of this r about this point. The tendency of this r to turn about the center point, that is the O point, is nothing but in anti-clockwise direction. So here we can write in this way, 140 multiplied by d. So after doing calculation, you can get d equals to 2.917 meter, or here we can just get here d equals to 2.917 meter above a point O. Now whatever the assumption is there. So what's about the assumption? We have assumed this one r lies at a perpendicular distance d above this point O. This is our assumption. That assumption is correct. Now the resultant is r equals to 140 Newton, is located at a perpendicular distance d equals to 2.917 meter above O. So you have to just draw this diagram like this one for the answer of resultant force. Here is the O point, and here is the perpendicular distance between that O point and this one, the location of the resultant force. The here the towards the left side this force is shown, because the value for this one r is negative. That's why this one shown towards the negative side. Okay, so this is about the problem on the resultant force system. Let us discuss one more problem on the same topic. Find the magnitude, nature and position of the resultant of the 4 parallel forces from point B. So here is the force system. So first force is here, that will act on point A, whose magnitude 5 kilonewton. Here is the next force 2 kilonewton. Here is the next force 4 kilonewton. A certain distance is given with respect to that point A of this force. 2 meter is given here, 1 meter is given here. Apart from this one, next force is here. So in this way system is given. You have to find out the magnitude, nature and the position of the resultant of the 4 parallel force with respect to this one. This one B point is given here. So simple one. Here in this case, this is the system of 4 parallel forces. We can easily get the value for the resultant force by simply adding all the forces by considering the sign convention. Okay. So here is the sign convention, as all the forces are running in horizontal direction. Okay. So we can just consider forces which are running towards the right direction. You need to consider that forces as positive, and in the reverse direction you need to consider that forces as negative. Okay. So just here resultant R is nothing but, just start from the first force. First force is here. So 8 kilo, you can consider anyone as first one, no problem. So here 8 kilonewton force running towards the left side means you need to consider this force as negative. Okay, that's why the minus sign is given here, minus 8. So next one is here 4 kilonewton running towards the right direction. Consider this force as positive. Similarly, next force is here running towards the right side. Consider this force as positive. This force running towards left side, this consider this force as negative. So here in this case, after doing calculation, we can get the value for the resultant R equals to minus 7 kilonewton. Or you can just show in this way also. Just show here arrow that indicates the value for the this one R running towards the left side. Now the next target is to locate that resultant force. For that, let the resultant force be located at a perpendicular distance D above a point B. With respect to B, you have to locate that resultant force. Okay. So why this actually arrow shown here? Because the value for this one is negative. That's why this one resultant force we have assumed above this point B, separated by this distance D, running towards the left side. Now use the Varigna's theorem to get the answer for this one D. So what's about this one? You have to take the moment, moment of summation of moment of all the forces about point B equals to moment of resultant force about the same point. You have to use this sign convention. Okay. Now what's about the first force? So here is the first force. 5 kilonewton force is here. You have to take the moment of this force about this point. So what's about this one? The tendency of this force to turn about this point. In which direction? This turns about this point in. This force turns about this point in anti-clockwise direction. Now just see here how that force will move this particular system in anti-clockwise direction. If I just consider, just focus on my end point of the finger, okay, and just focus on that tip of the pen. Okay. So here if I apply the certain force here, the tendency of this pen to turn or rotate in anti-clockwise direction. Suppose if I apply the force on this one by considering any fixed point here, if I apply the force here at the end of this one, then the tendency of this one to turn about that particular point in clockwise direction. Okay. In a similar way, if we just focus on this one 5 kilonewton, the tendency of this force to turn about this point in anti-clockwise direction. So consider the positive sign for the same. Multiply by distance with us. So what's about the distance? 3 meter plus 1 meter plus 2 meter means total 6 meter distance with us. Now focus on the next force. Next force whose magnitude with us 2 kilonewton. The tendency of this force to turn about this point in this one in clockwise direction. For clockwise direction, you need to consider the minus sign. So 1 meter plus 3 meter, 4 meter with us. This turns about this point in which direction? This one in clockwise direction. So give the minus sign for the same. So minus 2 multiplied by this one 4. So what's about the next force? Next force is here 4 kilonewton. Separated by how much distance? 3 meter. So tendency of this force to turn about this point in clockwise direction. So give the minus sign. So 4 multiplied by 3 plus next one 8 kilonewton force with us here. The tendency of this force to turn about this point in anti-clockwise direction, separated by how much distance? 1.5 distance. So 8 multiplied by 1.5 equate with the what's about the right side? You have to take the moment of resultant force about the same point. So here is the this one resultant force. You have to take the moment of this resultant force about the B point. So 7 multiplied by D will come here. Do the calculation. You can get the value for the D like this one. So D we can get in this way. D equals to 3.143 meter above point B. Now in this way we can locate this one resultant force for the answer. The resultant R equals to 7 kilonewton running towards the left side is located at a perpendicular distance D equals to 3.13 meter above of point B. In this way we can just show that resultant force. Here is the B point, here is the A point. Okay, just write the magnitude of the resultant force. It is not necessary to show every force here. Okay, so R equals to 7 kilonewton running towards the left side, separated by distance D equals to 3.143 meter above this B point. I hope the problems related with the parallel force system clear to you. Thank you.